Stewardship with SNB. Stewardship with SNB.
Hello, good afternoon everyone. Thank you for joining us on the program Stewardship with SNB on Rstv. My name is Solomon Nelson. This program is watched on GoTV channel 142 and StarTime channel 113. You can also join us on our social media handles such as YouTube and Facebook at Rstv Online. Today again, the moving train of Stewardship with SNB birthed at ASARI government area, where we will meet with those who have been saddled with the responsibility of governance at that level, meaning bringing governance to the doorstep of the people. And that's the essence of creating the local government administration that we know in the country and of course in the world around. Today on the program, I'm joined by a man who has had a taste of what civil service means in the past. Now he has been brought to test again to administer the local government area. I'm talking about IBIAPUYE Charles Esquire, the administrator of ASARI local government area, who is joining me on the conversation. Honorable IBIAPUYE, thank you so much for joining us. All right, let us start it this way. What are your terms of reference in juxtaposition with the policy thrust of the administration?
My purpose in terms of reference in respect of the policy thrust of this administration is that is to provide an impactful governance in line with the mandate given to our industry administration. That line we are doing sanitation, period of sanitation, primary healthcare, primary education, entertainment, workers' welfare, and discipline. So around that, when I resumed, I looked at first of all sanitation. We set up what we call Green and Clean Corps, which has about 135 members, women, men, and dogs throughout the country. And particularly the local government headquarters, they sweep from the Union Street along the river. Then we have for every other day they sweep. And it's a testimony where you go to the women as well. But we didn't stop there. We went to various communities. If you go to ASARI now for where we call 10 junction, the links along the roads are clearly cut out. You can stand and fast into the end. It's a straight road. Then once we go down to the other communities, in the Tema, Koko, Kakama, and parties, again, under those, we are able to have this transparent and all that act. So we are also looking to that in the community. So in the area of sanitation, we are on board, we have changed the purpose of this administration to provide a full government. We have a field impactful government. The first step in the area of sanitation is what we've done. Then we have also made proper arrangements, but we have a big canal somewhere along the risk compound running through our big compound, very big canal. So we get necessary equipment to do the evacuation so that before the wind comes properly in July, the flow is there of course for the area.
Interesting. Alright, so how would you describe yourself, especially as it relates to public administration?
Well, I was privileged by grace of God to work for 35 years as a federal civil servant, particularly in the Independent Electoral Commission, and I retired as elect. So I have only had the training and the capacity and the
Okay, there are different political interest groups in ASARI area. You are a national administrator. How are you able to manage these interest groups in ASARI?
Well, in politics, interest not that much. But interest of the people is very paramount. Whatever the other interests that are there, my interest as administrator of the area is to be political and to ensure that the interests of the majority is paramount in the delivery of the goals of this administration. And that's what. But we went further to ensure that we listen peradventure there is a mistake somewhere, not deliberate, but omission. We listen to the complaints of the stakeholders and try to make it.
Stakeholders on both sides,
yes, both stakeholders of every divide, yes. Because they know me, I've been there for, I think I've been there for some time, and they know that I'm a political issues. So if my lines are open, I will not follow, and nobody that calls me, anybody, whether the thing is registered or not, I will pick that. So I keep a room to listen to complain. And there's a desk in front of my office.
Okay.
Where if you have them complain, expressly within section. So when people have there to ventilate the ideas and complaints, additions and choose to be there. Because I've told them our interest is to make governance meaningful to the people.
Interesting. So let's move straight to health issues. What is the current state of the Bukuman General Hospital? And what are you doing to improve service?
Yes, the community health center will have 15 in the local government. There are 5 model centers. So what I've done and the sick day to effectively start, we started ensuring that we have a cool room change. The cool room change and the sick day in the council is effective. We install the solar system there so that vaccines and whatever is needed to be done. We've done that. Now we are going to look at the Bookman primary care center, one of the model care centers. I mean, there I had discussion with the doctor who has been able to eat drugs and all that, innovation, and improve on the solar light, solar system that NPN installed there so that the light will go around the various stations and it will be functional. At least they are working, but they are not at the ultimate. But we want to give them this facility so that our people can go there and get the best health service. We want to make health accessible to people, available, and quality, and reduce the cost. So we also going to provide drugs.
Okay, the council will provide
drugs.
Yes,
we provide not free.
As many health services possible.
Yes, as many help, but not for free, but for the people.
Okay, affordable
yes,
cost to it. All right, Bukuba is not the only community in the city. How much do you know about the cluster communities? And what are you doing to also improve those communities? Improve the living standard of those communities. The cluster communities and make out Bukuba.
Yes. ASARI told we have the ASARI communities from
yeah.
Before that. We have shown good intention. As I said, this government gets the need of government, the impactful nature should people inside of the responsibility. In our sanitation effort, we didn't do it that we went as far as the Tema to Fokuru cleared.
Alright.
The Krakama, Minama, Sama, and cleared.
Once you came, you cleared.
Yes, cleared. So we have done that sanitation wise.
Bukuba used to be a fashion of insecurity in the past, if you can recall. Are you doing anything so that the community will not slide into the old era of insecurity?
Yes. When I came, I first of all had to get security. So I had a security meeting with security officers. Regular security meeting. But I had my security brief every day. And I set up a committee in various 13 wards and the community ensuring that we have an intelligent that gives us feedbacks. We don't rely because the police are not there in constituting Krakama and we have the presence of the police in Abalama and it is in the one and this will have the hands. But from those of them up the river, Krakama down there, it's difficult for them. So we have to do this community based. We have to do this sort of information. Then for what we have put the team pipeline, my coordinator was in there already set up the system modality. We want to do aggressive youth engagement. We started it. But we're not waiting for forms.
Administrators, this question is a direct question. I want to invite you. Your colleagues have all bought new SUV cars for themselves as soon as they received first allocation from the fund. Did you also do that? Is that necessary? Is it one of the terms of preference?
Okay. The car I use is not an SUV. What do you call it? Toyota Hilux. I don't believe in flamboyancy. I'm a retired civil servant and I'm a conservative person. So everybody likes his priority. My priority is to serve. And ASARI is not buoyant enough to even go to those laws. So my desire is to leave office, to leave ASARI better than where I met them, not to appear.
Irrespective of time constraints,
Yes.
we have a very short time.
So these are not even my priority. Even I would have been an administrator, even in my official capacity. I don't see the needs of such flamboyant life.
We'll take a short break, and when we return, my guest will tell us how much you have received so far from the federal allocation accruing to ASARI Government area. Stay with us.
Stewardship with SNB. Stewardship with SNB.
Well, if you have just joined us, the program is Stewardship with SNB on Rstv. This program can only be watched on GoTV channel 142 and Start Time channel 113. We are also on social media handles such as YouTube and Facebook at Rstv Online. Join us and of course make your comments in the comment section. My guest has a Change IBIAPUYE Charles Esquire is the administrator of ASARI Government area. Honorable Administrator, once again welcome to our program. Alright, could you share with us the assets and liabilities you inherited and when you assumed office, and how has that helped you for the progress of work in ASARI Government area?
I met the functional office. The resources already depleted by virtue of about 56% of what comes to the local government goes to the salary.
No, I haven't asked you
what
you
is that.
received
So for what I can't really vividly tell you offhand, but I will give you a preliminary of what you want to ask. I cannot really recall exact amount, but I never met an empty spreadsheet. What I've done speaks for itself. For the 2 months, and let me say the meaningful 1 month and I received, I have shown more. In the area of education, this classroom initiative, classroom champions initiative, there are 50,000 exercises with the accessories, and we have covered for 2,000 bags, but because of the constraint of school bags, not just in school bags, quality school bags. I'm going to distribute it to the students.
Only secondary schools? Or
No, primary school, nursery schools, and secondary schools. We've also gone to the area of intervening in the areas deactivated primary school. The ones we can take now, we are going to do the naming of primary school, provide water for them, and innovate it.
There are indications that the solar administrators will be empowered to conduct local government election. Of course, Rstv has been, membership of that agency has been constituted and names forwarded to the National Assembly for approval and all that, meaning that you people will conduct local government elections. What do we expect from you? Fairness?
Yes.
Bias?
Yes. By my training, I said I'm a lawyer. And by my training, and by my nature, and what I'm doing, as an administrator, I'm supposed to be apolitical and neutral to provide an enabling program for all interested parties around us. This is a local government election. It's not a state election. It's an election that is community-based. And whatever you do in one way or the other to thwart the interest of the general public will stand against you tomorrow. So, for me as an individual, if I'm privileged to be there, I don't have a role just on that day of the election or the build up to the election to make sure there is a peaceful environment, and then we bring down for all contestants a campaign, and also provide the necessary security so that we have a credible and acceptable election at the end of the day.
All right, it's a common knowledge that most council workers are simplified attacks. How has that affected their acceptance of you?
Well, from friends I came and told them their civil servants. The solar navigation was because of the navigation.
This is a common knowledge. It's a presupposition.
It's an assumption and every assumption. It's an assumption and I have told you all the principal officers that have worked with me. And this is a new administration. And you have to treat it to the mandate of this administration if you want to do so. So the choice is yours. You either key in or you make as a role to whatever you want to.
All right, we're winding now, but not without this question. The Kalabari people traditionally dispose waste at the waterside. Should this continue, considering the fact that the world over, there are efforts by world environmentalists to curb river pollution? Should this continue?
No.
So what are you doing in that direction?
What I have been doing before now, I have discussed with the director of the health department that the way we do our waste is not proper. And what else have been brought to me or what to do is just expensive. But we take the prototype of that in July. And come to waste, I also reached out to the health workers in their cafe. They are on Tuesday, they will be in them and I've gone around the communities I've gone around. I've tried to see how we can decentralize this collection. But I need the support of the CDC, the chiefs, because I can't do it alone. It's a practice that I've been on for some time. So it has to be a gradual process. First of all, I said we provide just the disposable green. Now we have got about 150% working in green and clean core. The second step is how do we, because if you ask me to dispose my waste here, it should not stay there more than a day. It should dispose this way. That will encourage it. And also engage the chiefs in various compounds. Who we call individual number. How we can see to talk to these persons and use slight sanction to those who will default, those who will default. And we can't do this. So we started the movement. We provided the coordinator for sanitation and brought a proposal of waste disposal dumps in various strategic areas. Yes.
Okay, so by way of conclusion, what legacy would you want to leave behind as you leave office?
I have told myself that we have to create, before I leave, I will create the possible means of creating revenue. We are taking census of all the houses at the Sanford session to do proper documentation. Those who are not done proper documentation will pay for documentation. That is one aspect. Then two, and those ways to have some fun, we will go into transport, the slight transport business because
The council?
yes, get courses and we will run the market. That is the great to even make ourselves.
You have tasted power now. You have also tasted money. Would have been tempted to vie for a political office, to be able to do more for the people after you tenure as administrator.
It's not in my making. The first to become an administrator with the grace of God, the kind grace God made. I'm not anything. But I'm not a politician. Yes, I'm not a politician. Yes. But I'm in a political environment, so I can call myself a politician.
So you won't be tempted to fight for...
If the people so wish, let me not say two words on what the people do. If the people so wish, and I have a platform.
They must first show interest before they can see, oh, you have the abilities and capabilities to handle the office.
There should be willingness on the people that wants me to serve them, to call me, to be easier for me to prepare. But not for me to impose myself on them. Okay, yes. What I'm saying there is this. I'm not a politician, but now I'm a political terrorist, so I'm into prison in that line. But mine is a different because now with the fear of God. If the people want me, they will indicate. And I also have to pray to seek guidance. If not, so nothing works.
You have complained about the attitude of the staff to work in ASARI. Are there incentives you have mapped out to give them, to encourage them to come to work regularly?
Just like I said, yes. Just like I said, I had a meeting with them. I had a I met a system where the people the welfare service for them, apart from their salary. There's a certain amount of money that you need to make.
The staff?
Yes, apart from their salary.
Before you came?
Yes.
So you have
I
continued?
sustained it.
Oh.
And I also promise that once our revenue increases, once our allocation increases, I also increase it. In order to score them to compete. Then secondly, I've started making the work environment conducive for them to work. I've started with the management staff, furnishing their offices, whatever that is. Well, now this phase will deal with the directors. The directors of the people take the new ship. They will now go to the other segments of staff. So that the workplace, because most of the companies are hosts, to provide a conducive atmosphere for them. That type of things between now and the end of the year, we're taking them to this. We finish the ones of the directors, the management staff. So the next one will be that category of staff, which I will go to. And we will run the proposal and write the proposal of the initial on the assembly. But the only thing I do is not resources. Because nobody will complain and I don't have a place to sit. And lastly, as I said, because of we observe that some of them come from the language. To make it easier for them, as I said, to to this. But if there is transport system, where we can do them from the language, from the main part and from Juba. And when they close the road and go to Juba, they can also go back. And so everybody will say that it's difficult for me, not for free of charge, but for a token. So that it's easier for the workforce to do the facility administration.
IBIAPUYE Charles Esquire, Administrator of ASARI Government Area, we want to thank you so much for your time with us. I wish you well in your sojourn as Administrator of that government area. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
And that's our program for today. Join us again same time. We shall bring you another guest on a different topic. I am Solomon Nelson Braid.
Stewardship with SNB. Stewardship with SNB.